Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I've got something special for you now. Welcome back to the next episode of Show Friday. My name is Robert Bronkhorst. Welcome to Round Dog Serpents. The animal that I'm going to show you today came from a breeding that was intended to incorporate confusion into my candy line. In order to do that, I needed to make some heads, of course, because I don't have head candies, confusion head for candy yet. Well, I do now. I'm going to show you. But before I did a breeding, of course, I didn't have any. And in order to make them, I bred Sunny, my pastel candy head for piebald male, to Bixie, my pastel butter confusion female. She laid a clutch of eggs and I let her maternally incubate. Only 2 of those eggs made it out, and so therefore I only have 2 babies, but very stunning ones. So the very first baby I'm going to show you, this one, is probably the one that I'm going to keep. He or she, I don't know the sex yet, is a butter super pastel confusion head for candy, 50% possible head for piebald. This will be the one I probably keep because candy looks an awful lot like banana, but then just a lot better in my opinion. A lot cleaner, and the contrast stays way better when they age. And I think that if you put lesser raw butter into banana, the color that comes out is absolutely stunning. I really love that combination, especially when they are young. They become a little bit more dull when they age, but I think the problem is solved with candy. So I'm okay with butter in my candy line. I actually really like it because I'm very curious to see if it does the same as it does with banana, and if it's spectacular and how they age. I'm really curious about that. The next baby I'm going to show you, in my opinion, is by far the most pretty one, and that is this one. This is a super pastel confusion head for candy, 50% possible head for piebald. I absolutely love the pattern. When it came out of the egg, I was mind blown. I did have a suspicion super pastel confusion would be great, right? So I tried to look them up beforehand on Morph Market, and I did see some animals that were listed as super pastel confusions, but in my opinion, they looked an awful lot just like very normal pastel confusions. It doesn't mean they can't be super pastel, because you can have, if you have 2 bad genes of pastel, 2 really bad examples of pastel, and then you make a super, it doesn't look as spectacular, right? So I'm not saying those are not super pastels, but I really thought that more could be done with some better lines of pastels. And I didn't know what line of pastel my male was, so Sunny. I didn't know what line, if it was a good line of pastel with very good visuals and abilities to break up pattern a lot. But I did know that the pastel inside my female, so Bixie, was very good because she, especially when she was young, she was especially brightly colored for a butter pastel confusion, and I made a lot that season, and she was by far the best one. So I did know she owned some very good genetics when it comes to the line bred stuff. If you try to improve animals, I did know she was a very good one. And apparently my male is also, and that's why this animal I think looks so incredibly awesome. I also know that head for candy can funk up the pattern a little bit and also boost the color of the pastel. So that the heads, I'm not saying this is super pastel confusion and the heads have nothing to do with it. I believe strongly that heterozygous animals can really determine the visual looks of an animal, especially when it comes to supers or animals with a lot of genes like 3, 4, 5 incomplete dominant traits, and then head for piebald or head for clown. I think it can really throw off the pattern quite a bit, to be honest. Let me know what you think. Do you love this animal? Did you like the visuals? I think you do, right? This is quite amazing for just a super pastel confusion. I think it's a very good example on what pastel actually can do, especially in confusion. I really like the way it breaks up pattern. I absolutely love it. I think a lot of people are really missing the mark, not wanting pastels in their collection anymore. So yeah, this is what you can do with it. So don't disregard it. Just simple like that, because it's well known. Clown is now as well. We're not disregarding that, do we? It still has potential, and so does pastel. So let me know what your thoughts on this animal are. Even if you don't like it, that's possible. It's all right. Not everybody can be in a right state of mind. So, we have weird people in this community too. And if you don't like this, then yeah, you know what you are. But who am I to judge? Hey, who am I to judge? Judge. I'm having trouble with the word judge. Oh well, you get the point. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.